What's up, everybody? JASOUL from BTR Breakin. Thank you very much for tuning in. I have a very special guest today. My brother and coach and mentor and sibling rival is here from Hawaii, beautiful island of Kauai, as you can see the background. We're going to talk a little bit about BTR Breakin and what we've been doing. This is a seed that my brother planted in me years ago. I personally have been breaking for 25 years. Since we were young, he partook a little bit in the beginning stages, and he kind of went off into sports, football, basketball, track. We both grew up doing all this stuff, so we have an athletic background. So naturally, he went into PT and did his thing with that. Fast forward to where we are now. I'm here in Las Vegas, and I've been performing, competing on a high level for a lot of years, and this is the gentleman that's been coaching me, healing me, and mentoring me through all of this stuff. And one of the main things that he's brought to my artistic table is biomechanics. What you got to say on that topic, brother? Biomechanics, and a little bit about your background, if you could.
Well, thanks for having me on here. JASOUL, definitely been following you for a while, and obviously your whole life, but as far as what you've been able to accomplish and do throughout your career in dancing has been nothing short of spectacular, in my opinion. How I've seen your body evolve and how you've taken the art of breakdancing.
Yeah, it's came a long way since you you gave me my first bloody lip, and like sibling rivalry. That instilled a lot of the my competitive edge. I grew up competing against you, and now instead of hurting each other, we're helping each other, and it's awesome, man.
Right. Biomechanics basically requires three components, right? It's your joints, your muscles, and your nervous system. And so all of that kind of clustered together kind of forms biomechanics. And so breaking down the components of each part of those the joint, the muscle, and the nerves, all of those things have to be firing efficiently, right? Like, for example, if your joint mobility is stiff, your muscles aren't going to be able to contract and lengthen effectively, right? So they're all connected, right? And then at the same token, if your nervous system isn't stimulating the muscle, meaning bringing input into that region, then your body's not going to also move very, very efficiently. So what does that lend itself to? It lends itself to sloppy movement, poor posture. Those things lead to injury.
Ultimately, too, right?
Right. Specifically talking about the art of b-boying, the sport of b-boying, which is, in my opinion, you guys are just as like skilled as the professional like basketball player, the professional soccer player. Your guys is, and I kind of like liken it to gymnastics. Gymnastics requires a high level of movement efficiency.
Exactly.
And all those three components I spoke on, need to be functioning properly. And so I love what you've done so far. I've been following your Instagram and what you've been posting as far as like, breaking down movement, and it's like you said, it is a missing link. Biomechanics is something that I've studied for the last 12 years, and it continues to be a study of mine.
This biomechanics is the element that is missing in breaking, I believe, the performance and understanding kinesiology and the way we move to be more efficient. And you've been helping me with that, healing from injuries, all that stuff necessary that enabled me to practice. And I'm 35 now. I started when I was 10, when I didn't have to stretch. I didn't have to care about all that stuff. I was throwing my body around. But if I did, I realize now, if I did when I was younger, that would have opened up a world of pathways and possibilities for me. And I'm stoked on our collaboration on adding your science to the art of breaking and the art that I've been doing for a long time. And the future looks bright with that.
Yeah, no, I'm I'm a firm believer that, like, you know, you have to break down the movement. You have to work on your mobility, um, which is flexibility and motor control, kind of what we touched on, the input to your muscle, the strengthening component. All those things have to be rewired and practiced on a daily basis. Otherwise, we lose connection. It's not that our muscles aren't strong. It's just if we're not practicing that particular type of movement specifically, and you can kind of, you know, take your craft in b-boying in particular. If you're not working on your footwork, you're not doing the tops and
Skittles,
then
shoulder rolls, and all that, right?
exactly, all those things need to be practiced on a daily basis, and not necessarily the actual full shoulder roll, the skittles and all that, but I'm talking about I'm talking about like how you've taken it to like a cross training sense as well, um, incorporating the movements that you need to, that someone needs to be able to develop and do in order to complete the movement. And so yeah, you know, I'm super excited about like what you're doing for your sport, and I look forward to collaborating and just kind of, you know, seeing how you can improve other b-boys, other folks that like are interested in b-boying, dancing, cross training, like all those things, jiu-jitsu. You know, I think what you've got going on can really cater to not just b-boying world, even though it's specific, but to the exercise community, you know, at large.